Well, here we are in the USA. I think it's around about the year 2000 when we did this film, and we're heading for Los Angeles and beyond. It's a lovely day. It's November, and we're going to go to Los Angeles, or go through Los Angeles anyway, and we probably stay there for a rest and something to eat before we travelled on. Because we're actually going, in this film, we're actually going to Santa Monica and then on to Tijuana in Mexico. So stay with us. And for those who's interested, this film was made on a Super VHS-C format, which is an old format before digital age. And I'm loading it down into the cassette holder where you put the little film, put it into a video recorder, and then transfer it to the computer. Then through Windows Movie Maker, we are able to do what we're doing now and put the sound on and the commentary. So I hope it's coming over all right. That's for those who like to know how these things are done. But it's not a bad picture considering it's quite old now on a Super VHS-C format tape. Somebody made a comment on one of my earlier films that when we was travelling on lesser known roads, the country roads, there's hardly any traffic, but that's not the way on the freeway. Wherever we've been, it's always been really jam-packed with traffic like it is now. I've even seen it worse than this. Yeah, you get all kinds of different vehicles running alongside you. And there we see the first sights of LA. The skyscrapers. So we're really getting into it now.
What a wonderful world. Wrapping up 15 in a row right there. That's over 3 minutes of non-stop holdings this hour. And 9:37, it's Vic Click in the morning. Today is the day. Bet your debt money of Maui, $1,000 and a trip for two to Maui. You've been putting it off. You've been putting it off. You can't, put it off any longer. Today is the day.
Look at that. We're entering the road into Hollywood. Well, we didn't go in Hollywood in this film, but we have been in there and seen the Chinese Man's Theatre and all the hand prints in the cement and the stars, but that may be well on another film. So here we are. We're probably looking for somewhere to have a meal or something. That chap's giving us some information out.
They're from England, so I'm trying to tell them.
So is this lady. She must be late for something. quite a few apartments in that building. And the white one at the end there as well. Because most people probably live in apartments in LA. I suppose you've got to go on the outskirts to find the houses. Anyway, we're moving on and we're here at Santa Monica. Very nice place is Santa Monica. And it's in November, as I said, so it's not too busy, but not too bad either. I can imagine in the summer it would be absolutely crowded. There's a little park area there. But we're actually going to head for the pier, as everybody does. Eventually. But first of all, down this main road here seems to be a lot of shops and a lot of things going on. Some nice fountains. A lot of little franchises down here, little stores like that. There's even a few people over there playing instruments. Everybody's after your money, in one way or another. Don't know what that store's selling, but this one looks possibly like it might be selling perfumes. Anyway, even Pats give that a miss. There's a shoe shine boy. I've seen these in movies before, but I never thought I'd actually see one in reality, and there it is. Looks like something out of Jurassic Park, that. That bundle of rags sat on there is actually a vagrant. Yeah, plenty of them about. They walk about with supermarket trolleys that they've stolen, and all their worldly goods are in there, which aren't much. You see them lifting dustbin lids up and seeing if there's any food in there. Anyway, we're on the beach area now. I don't know if that's a circus tent or what it is. It looks a bit like one. And there's a lookout post, because this is where Baywatch was filmed. It's a long beach, that. The ocean coming in. I saw a film recently of that area, just like that, only it was crowded with people. We're on the pier now. There's a chap here singing. You're all after your money on here as well. There's somebody here blowing bubbles with a bubble machine, and you're invited to put money in the tin for charity, it said. These children certainly enjoyed the bubbles. I should imagine that these children are now well into their teens. One day they might put YouTube on and find this there. Meanwhile, Eve's found a woman who does this kind of thing for a living. Or maybe for pin money, I don't know. There's a lot of these sort of people around in the USA as well. Wherever you go, you'll find somebody doing something similar. Never went on that area where the amusement park is up there on the end there. I never went on that bit. But you can get a good shot of the coastline from the end of the pier. Never thought I'd be treading these boards, I tell you. So we have a final look as one of the boats skimming along the water as we move on. So we're now in San Diego. We stayed at this place. Very nice it was too. Can't remember how many days we stayed here. There's a nice swimming pool on the roof, and it was lovely and warm, the water really was. You'd be in there, watching all the traffic go back below, and if you stood up it was quite cold, but in the water it was lovely. Yeah, it's a nice place, I enjoyed staying there. And of course, not far away from here is the Mexican border. So we went over there to Tijuana. This is a friendly chap who's taking the money for the coach trip over the border. He had a talk, bit of a rapport with Pat and Eve.
I'm from Mexico.
You're from Mexico?
I'm more. Yeah.
We're from England.
From England, oh. How is my friend over there?
The weather?
My queen, how she is?
Queen?
Great,
Oh,
all right.
Queen.
She told me. I am Jose from Mexico. Yeah.
Oh.
Beautiful person, my queen. Yeah. Will you go eat over there? This is a margarita. You go over there, you get free margarita. With you. Next week.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Right here, this is I'm going to drop the Revolution Avenue in the main street. What's the station is right here?
I will do that. We'll do that, yeah. Send you a letter and say we met.
Yeah, Jose from Mexico.
We met Jose from Mexico. Your name on there, please. Look at your autograph.
Jose from Mexico.
Jose.
Jose.
That's it? Okay. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
You can sign mine, you're right.
Back to my queen. I want to go. I will be there next year.
Next year?
Next year, my birthday.
Well, he was the right character he was. He said, do we know the Queen? I think he said that when the Queen went to Mexico, he met her. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago. Anyway, we're on the coach and we're going over the border. And, well, in my view, it's better to do this, because if you actually walk over there, when you come out of the security, both sides of the road is lined with people after your money. Got all kinds of things for sale. but you don't escape it because the coach takes you, drops you off in an area like this, which is full of shops and stuff like that, and the people are coming up to you all the time trying to drag you in to buy some of their goods, of which there are many. Even perhaps trying a Mexican hat. They said we can't take one with us because we'll get one on the way back. But we didn't. We didn't get one on the way back. Pat absolutely loved it being here. I wouldn't like to say I did, because I didn't like all the pestering you got from these people. And Keith just ignored them all. I should have done the same. I think I had a bit of rapport with some of them, and they just don't let you go once they get hold of you. Anyway, we're in the streets of Mexico now, Tijuana. And we came across the Mexican police force here, and they was friendly. Sometimes the police put their hand up and stop you from filming, but these was quite alright. Rio Rita. Can't imagine what she does. This is one of their local buses, but it's one of the old school type buses that's been used for public transport. This one is a lot better. Is that the way out? When we was crossing the road round about this spot, Keith told me that a woman was trying to put her hand in my shoulder bag. I didn't feel a thing, and she didn't get anything because there was nothing in there. You get people coming up to you with watches and bracelets trying to sell you them. It's just never ending. I came across this shop, whatever you want to call it, and it's like got all music and things in it. As Pat's an Elvis Presley fan, so we had to go in there, didn't we? I can't remember whether it was a record shop or what it was. It was something to do with music anyway, because all round the place there was pictures and things hanging on the wall of famous people. There's Elvis in that glass there, a couple of others at the side of him, and some of the names on the floor in them stars, sort of thing you see in LA, Hollywood. We're sat in a cafe now, we're just looking out the window. This is a furniture shop. That table is very, very expensive. I can't remember how much it was actually, but very expensive. That's a picture with a Mexican model. And we're back amongst the stalls again, where this person's selling handcrafted goods. Plenty of them about. And that's a sporting club or something, and I can't remember what they call that sport, where you've got that like a slingshot on you and you throw it. Don't know what to call that game. Might be called bowls or something like that. There's a Mexican flag. So I hope we've enjoyed our brief look around Tijuana.